Hey, what's going on? Happy Sunday, the fun day. How are you doing, huh? How is everyone doing? Good? Alright, so I'm doing this podcast on Sunday, right? It's January 2nd. So we are in 2018. There you go. 2017 is over. It's gone. Gone. How is your weekend going, huh? How is your weekend going? Well, I just took it easy, as always. And, we had the goddamn snow storm, the nor'easter on Saturday, which was yesterday. Was that yesterday? Or was that Friday? No, that was actually yesterday. Oh, wait a minute. No, I think that was Friday. Yeah, I think that's what it was. And so, today is Sunday, and then I just took it easy. And I just finished working because I had a deadline that I had to deliver to one of my clients. These are builders and serious clients. No bullshit, So I was working from like 4:30 until probably 9 o'clock. I worked 4.5 hours, man. Oh, shit. Working on Sunday? Why? Well, I told you why, right? And that's it. I got my sandwich, my usual, from the bagel shop, bagel market. And then I was kind of running around today because I had to find a few things. I went to Duane Reade and I had to buy some floss, for my teeth. And yeah, that's it. And then I was just, working, and then I was watching. I was watching actually, what movie actually did I watch? Yesterday, actually, I watched a movie. Oh shit! No, the storm was actually on the Thursday. Storm was on the Thursday, and so I didn't go to work. I mean, I worked from home on Thursday. The nor'easter, the goddamn nor'easter was actually on Thursday. I remember now. So I didn't even go out, until Friday, which is the day before, and then I got my car out of the goddamn snow. And my car, is a smart car, and it's not good because it's real. It's not good for winters, especially for snow. I wanted to buy some chine, but I guess I forgot. Hopefully, there are not many snowstorms this winter. Although I said that this winter is going to be tough. Because we had hurricanes, right? So somehow the atmosphere, when hurricanes happen, the winter, the North Arctic, and then the South Arctic, somehow there becomes a change in the pressure, and then and somehow the cold waves from the north, they actually just because of the low pressure in our area, northeast and eastern corridor, all the cold winds actually come towards us. So that's what happened, and that's what actually the cold winds from the north, and I think there are hot winds from the freaking south. And is that how the nor'easter happens? But luckily this was only for one day. Usually nor'easters, they go on for 2 or 3 days. Those are the worst ones. But what can you do? It's just weather. It is what it is. I mean, this is New York. It's not like San Francisco where the weather is like 50s and 60s, around the year. Yeah, no wonder why all the homeless people go there, right? Yeah, exactly. Oh shit, man, I need to trim my beard. I need to trim my beard. Alright, what else is going on, huh? Everybody's okay? How was the weekend? Did you do anything special? Um, are you out about partying, home, just taking it easy, working with your loved ones, with your family, or don't do anything stupid? Alright, that's it. And I got a lot of stuff to talk about, I got a lot of stuff to talk about. From my cheat sheet, So yeah, I actually watched that movie, The Dark Tower. Yeah, yesterday morning I watched that. Saturday morning I watched that movie, and it's an interesting movie. With Matthew McConaughey and what's his name, Idris Alba, and it's an interesting movie, but a lot of shit. The guy, what's his name, Matthew McConaughey is. He's building some, I don't know, what is he building? Like he's trying to kill the Dark Tower so that it's the end of the universe, and Idris Alba is trying to stop him, and then the kid, what's his name? I forgot. Anyways, no spoiler alerts. Go watch it yourself and then tell me. But it has mixed reviews. Mixed reviews. What else did I watch? Oh yeah, I finished watching Blade Runner 2049. Apparently, you can watch it on Amazon. You can watch it on Amazon. Wow, really? Oh, holy shit! Holy shit! Yeah, I watched that with what's his name, Ryan Gosling and Harrison Ford. Apparently, what am I saying? No spoiler alerts. If you guys haven't watched it, just watch it for yourself. I'm not gonna say anything, but it's a classic, just like the original one from 1982. And actually, I think it does live up to its original. The prequel. So this is like a sequel. Like 22 years after? 22, is that 22? 19, 2019. Actually, 20 years. Yeah, no, 30 years. Actually, I'm sorry, 30 years. 2049. So it's 30 years. It's like a dystopian. LA and all that. Replicants and all that. Nobody knows if Harrison Ford was a replicant or whatever. Anyways, no spoiler alerts. I watched that, and let's just move on, right? And yeah, today then I just watched. What do you call? Yeah, I finished watching that today, and then I watched my usuals. The Star Trek Next Generation, the next gen, Star Trek. Holy shit! I think I watched like a couple of episodes. The TV series from 1987, actually. I think I said that in my last podcast that it was from 1986, but it's actually from 1987. Holy shit, man. Holy shit. How old was I back in 1987? I was in high school. Was I? Yeah, I was a junior in high school. Holy shit. 1987, that's like 20 years ago. Is that 20 years ago or is that 30 years ago? Shit, am I that fucking old? Huh? Really? I'm that old? I'm young at heart. Wow. Yeah. What does that phrase mean, by the way? I'm young at heart. What does that even fucking mean? Young at heart? How can you be young at heart? What do you mean? Like you're gonna hang out with teenagers? Is that what it is? Anyways, without digressing, Yeah, I watched that this morning, and then you know, I went to get my sandwich, and then I picked up a few things from Duane Reed, goddamn Duane Reed, and then I was working, you know, home. You know, I have that little office here, and I have a small printer. You know, I can print like 8.5 by 11. But I think I need to get like one of those like a little bigger printers because sometimes I need to print drawings like 11 by 17. So I think I think I'm gonna buy one of those. You know, like and those are cheap, like one of those HPs. I actually did buy for my office like a month ago, $200, man. Those things run like fucking 4 years. I remember that I had one of those 11 by 17 and 8.5 by 11 printers from HP. I bought that back in 2013 when I restarted my business, right? And then it lasted like 4 years. How much did I pay? Like $250, maybe 200. Yeah, that's it. 200. All right. So I know my neighbors are sleeping, so I don't want to disturb them. And I got a lot of things to talk about, but I do want to not go on for the whole hour. So I'll go through as many items that I want to talk about. Oh, right. Oh yeah, and I always listen to over the weekend. I always listen to astrophysicists like Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he's a brilliant guy. You know, him and Michio Kaku and these guys. You know, and Elon Musk and all these guys. And science, you know, somehow science is holding us up. You know, if it was not for science, I don't know what the fuck the religion would have done to us. To be honest with you, although there's a lot of controversy, not on the science side, but on the religion side and all that. But the religious people will argue that, oh wait a minute, science says that there was a Big Bang. Astrophysicists said that there was a Big Bang, but then what was before Big Bang and blah 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 blah. It's going on and on. But I don't want to talk about that. You know what I mean. But science is great. Okay, so that's that. And okay, so let's just get into the cheat sheet. How about that, huh? Before I get into why can't I even fucking speak in plain English? I don't understand. Okay, so I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend, and yeah, enjoy your weekend always. You know, have a good time. Oh yeah, my girlfriend was supposed to come over tonight actually. She was going to confirm it on Friday, but then I asked her yesterday, because Friday she told me, actually Thursday, no, Wednesday I asked her, hey baby, let's meet on Friday, but then the storm happened, and I said, listen, I don't think it's a good idea for you to come over, and she told me that she was kind of sick too, a little bit sick, and then so I asked her yesterday, and then I asked her Friday actually, how about meet up Sunday, baby? And then she was like, yesterday I asked her, and she was like, I'm still sick. You know, we had this bad weather, man. I think half of the population of New York City is sick. I'm glad I'm not. I'm not sick. No, I'm not sick, man. Why am I sick? Why should I be sick? Be happy and eat healthy, do exercise, drink a glass of wine with food, and you're fine. Alright? Don't do anything stupid, and you're fine. Okay, so besides that, let's just talk about, because I have a lot of items on my cheat sheet. Yeah. Apparently, The Last Jedi, the Star Wars movie, this was actually last week. It made $1 billion fucking dollars. $1 billion fucking dollars. Can you believe that? Well, I can because the installment, the seventh installment actually had made by this time, in 2 years ago, shit, I have a lot of freaking web pages that I need to close. Holy shit, I have like freaking like 15 web pages open on my phone. Okay, so let's check now how much the Star Wars actually made. Not that I'm gonna benefit anything from it, but since I'm a big fan of Star Wars. Speaking of which, I have an idea. You know how people actually set up like home theaters where they have like a theater, like a room dedicated with a big screen and all that, with the sound and the soundproof walls and all that, right? My idea now is that setting up something in the bedroom, because what happens is that, like, okay, so if you are with your girlfriend or whatever it is, right, by yourself, and you want to watch a movie, but then you fall asleep, so what the hell do you do, right? You just watch it from your bed and then just fall asleep. Just turn out the theater. So I think this is the next big idea. Like all these like traditional theaters, movie theaters, they're going to be obsolete. Everything's going to be personalized and uh, suited for people who want to have a preference for entertainment. I don't want to go to a theater. Nah. I don't want to go to theater. Maybe I do when I have my own family and maybe kids. They want to go to the theater. But no. So what was I was trying to do? The Last Jedi. Okay, let's see. Without digressing too much, The Last Jedi. Yeah. The Last Jedi. Okay, I have to actually watch that, and I'm waiting for it to come out. Netflix or one of those, like Amazon or Netflix, yeah. So hopefully it comes onto Netflix. I'm not a big fan of Netflix, by the way. I actually like Amazon better because I don't watch any of those other shows like Goons and involving like goblins and goons, like what do you call the freaking Hunger Games and all that. I'm not into that shit. Where's the goddamn Wikipedia? Oh, here you go. Star Wars. Okay, The Last Jedi, also known as Star Wars Episode 8, is a 2017 American epic space opera. How much did it make for now? $1.205 billion. Holy shit. It's gonna go up to 2 billion, just like the last one, The Force Awakens. Actually, it went up to $2 billion. So that's what it's gonna do. Holy shit. Holy shit, man. I think we are all making. I think we're all wasting time, making like a buck here and a buck there. This is like serious money, man. This is like some fucking serious money, right? Yeah, that's true. But then you need to have training for that. I'm not talking about Jedi training and like that, but you need to have experience of acting, because I don't have any experience of acting. Sometimes I feel that maybe I can be part of the Star Wars franchise, but then I have to take the steps and all that, and I don't have time for that, and I don't think I want to be an actor, to be honest with you. like in the back of my mind, I guess, like anybody else, everybody else, want to be famous, want to be, want to be a celebrity, want to make a lot of money, and live a good life. But I don't think a lot of celebrities actually do that because somehow, I mean, I can like if I were a celebrity and if I'm famous because of a character that I played, that would be very what do you call depressing for me. Because okay, so all these people they know me because I played this character in this movie or in this freaking show, whatever the hell it is. But somehow you have to, I mean, not to be famous on it. That I'm not into that, but there are leverages to be famous as well as issues, problems. You know, I don't think I want to be famous. To be honest with you. No. If I do something really good for the environment or maybe for the people or for like anything good that I do, I don't want to sound like a messiah. Then maybe I want to, although that's also a contradictory statement that I just made. Shit, I just made a contradictory statement that I want to be famous because I want to be famous by just like helping out other people. No, I don't want to do either. No, I don't want to be famous. I can't help other people. I'm not in a position to help others. Sorry. Okay, except for my immediate family and I mean my sisters and my parents and all that. And that's the whole thing, man. I mean you got to be successful first, and then financially and otherwise, and then you can do maybe a good for others, right? 101, 101 of life, man. 101 of fucking life. All right, let's move on. Okay, let's move on because it's already 22 goddamn minutes into the podcast. Okay, so Pacific Ocean toilet for satellites. What the fuck was that? Pacific Ocean toilet for satellites. Oh yeah, okay. So I was actually listening to listening to Startup by Neil deGrasse Tyson. So what happens is that you know how space junk is. Space junk means that we have a lot of like space junk, like 50 years of like satellites up in launching of satellites up in the Earth's orbit, lower or higher. But some of that junk actually falls off onto Earth, and many of that junk falls into Pacific Ocean. Isn't that fucked up, really? To be honest with you. Yeah, well, because we are not that technologically savvy when it comes to space travel, because we have wasted fucking 50 years of killing each other. There you go. Maybe we could have a net, somewhere at the above below the lower orbit, where we could catch the space junk, and then we could bring it down, and then bring it to Tatooine, where that lady Ray, and then she sells it to the goddamn aliens for food, right? So that's what happens. So that's what I learned, that apparently all these goddamn satellites, old satellites that fall onto Earth, because Earth's surface is most of its water. And Pacific Ocean is one of the biggest oceans. So there you go. I talked about setting up a theater in the bedroom. Like when I buy my own place, man, I think I'm going to set up as not a theater, but somehow Right now, I have my the projector. The projector. I watch movies on the projector in my bedroom, and that's the best. You can just fall asleep, whatever the hell you want to do, turn it off, fall asleep, and then when you wake up, whenever you wake up, like at 10 o'clock, whatever the hell it is. I'm talking about weekends because weekdays I can't do that. Of course, I have work. Unless I'm really getting up early, when I have enough sleep. When I talk about sleep, right? Sleep is extremely important. Okay, like if you can't get sleep for whatever reason, right? Then that's the beginning of your end. I'm just telling you right now. And when I say end, not like death or anything like that, but like problems in your life, man. Like human body needs rest, rest, and you know how all these people talk about like yoga and all that. No, forget yoga and all that. Yeah, maybe you can do breathing practice and do exercise and all that, but sleep. You have to get sleep at least 6 hours, 6 brisk hours of sleep. Okay, for me, 6 hours is not enough. For me, I need to get like 8 hours. I need to get like 8 hours of sleep, man. And in any case, so that's what I want to do. I want to set up like a home theater in my bedroom. And that's the best, man. No, it's nice to have like a big TV like I have in my rental right now in the living room. But like if I fall asleep right now, it's like 10 o'clock, and if I fall asleep here while I'm watching what, like goddamn uh, Blade Runner or Star Wars or all I'm watching, and I fall asleep, and I fall asleep on the couch, which is not good because then I'll be sleeping like whatever, like a child on my couch. Although I have a nice couch, you can sleep on the couch. But I would rather be more comfortable and sleep in my bed, right? That makes sense? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes fucking sense, right? Alright, so that's my rant on that. 27 minutes, ladies and gents, and every other gender associations out there. Next topic on my chine. Oh, okay. Neil deGrasse. Speaking of Neil deGrasse Tyson, he's a great guy. He says something on New Year's. I think he actually sent a tweet, and people were kind of like angry, and I'm like, fuck them, man, fuck them. Whatever he said, like if you're saying, I think he says something to the effect of like, hold on a second, I can tell you what he said. He said, hold on a second. January 3rd, Mary perihelion to all flora and fauna of planet Earth. No, he said something to the effect of like, effect of, to the effect of the New Year's not being like the New Year's, the way it has been set up. It has no relevance to the day and the 24 hours and all that. And then many people were like, they were getting angry, and I'm like, he's right, because the New Year's can be any day. It doesn't matter because the calendar can start at any day of the year. This calendar has started just because the Jesuit priests set it up from the Easter to where the hell it is, right? Because back in like 16th century, there were no scientists. Well, there were no real scientists except for Jesuit priests who were the scientists, and religion had a lot of say in this. And I think many people are actually kind of fed up with this calendar because it doesn't make any sense to have a calendar that's not scientific. Yeah, I mean, if an astrophysicist who is so brilliant and he says that this new year has nothing to do with the revolution of the Earth around the sun and revolution of Earth on its own axis, it has nothing to do with this new year, because this new year is set up as an arbitrary date, like 12 months in a year, and 30 days or 31 days or 28 or 29 days. All this is all arbitrary. The only thing that's fixed is two things. One is the revolution of the Earth on its own axis. That's fixed, right? And the revolution of the Earth around its sun, which is our sun, right? Those are the only things which are fixed. Everything else is arbitrary. You can set up any calendar you want. You can start with an algorithm and set up any calendar you want, whatever the hell calendar you want. But I think to that point that I'm trying to make is that I think we should come up with a universal calendar. Forget the religion, man. Why can't we keep religion out of this scientific calendar business? Why do we have a religion that's dictating a schedule, or my schedule, or anybody else's schedule on this planet? Why? Why? Just because the Jesuit priests, they had the power at that time, back in the 16th century, and they were basically like trying to, you know, like imprison every person who was scientific, who said, "Oh, you're wrong," and they come up with this calendar, and just to fix the, what do you call the goddamn Easter and where the hell it is. Yeah, come on. This is 21st goddamn century. Come on, come up with something that's more scientific than and more what do you call, and more in line with the scientific ideology, instead of in line with some religious ideology of like some Middle Eastern dude named Christ who was I don't want to go. I don't want to go that route, but you get my point, right? So he says something about that, and people were angry and all that. I'm like, fuck them, dude. Fuck these people. They have no fucking clue. All right. So that's my rant on that, and I'm with Neil deGrasse Tyson on that, and I think what he said was fucking brilliant. All right. All right. Next topic. Commercial space travel and suit. Commercial space travel and suit. So apparently the commercial space travel. Oh, by the way, guys, I don't know what happened. Like, what was that? A Friday morning. I went into some like spasm. The fuck, I couldn't sleep, and I was just like on ranting on like what the fuck it was. And apparently I said something to some guy on WhatsApp, but then I apologized to him. Listen, I'm sorry. I just I had a very rough morning. Yeah, I couldn't sleep that fucking morning. Something going on. What the fuck's going on? I don't know what the fuck was going on. But anyway, so I apologized to him. Now we're friends. Okay, so, alright. What the fuck I was talking about? Okay. Commercial space, travel, and suit. Commercial space travel and suit. Okay, so apparently commercial space travel is going to be a reality soon. You have money, you can actually buy a seat, just like you buy a seat in an airplane if you have money to travel. And they're oh, so okay, yeah, I think I read this on Popular Science, if I'm not mistaken. Don't hold me to my words. And they were talking about like what kind of suit, if you're flying commercial into the space, and what kind of suit should they have, and blah blah blah. But I think the point that I'm trying to make is that, like, if I'm flying on JetBlue or one of those fucking um, airplanes, right? I don't want them to tell me what to wear. But on the other hand, they will tell you what to wear, because this is not a plan from Los Angeles to San Francisco or New York or Boston, where the hell it is, where everything's okay inside the goddamn plane. There's no pressure drop or anything like that, or zero gravity or low gravity or that. But when you go to space, all those things you have to consider. So I think that was the talk of the discussion at that time when I was reading this on Popular Science, or maybe Scientific American. Right? Shit, I sound like some person from the 1960s. Do I? Like Nixon, Nixon's speech. You guys remember that from the 1950s? If we are to be the best nation in the world, then we have to achieve this, and we don't have to achieve the other. You get my point, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh shit, I don't want to get into politics, but I read this somewhere. CNN, one of those fucking websites. Russia and Japan, apparently they don't have any treaty. So Russia on some territory, I'm assuming some territory, I was reading the other day. And so apparently, they hate each other, obviously. But they're so stupid that they never had a territory. I'm sorry. They never had a treaty. So what does that mean? They never had a treaty between the two of them. What happens to this land that both of them are claiming? Just like, what is it, Canary Islands that the British claim, and then the Argentine claims as well. What the fuck it is? You get my point, right? Yeah. But which island is that? Hold on a second. Let me just find out. Russia and Japan. And Japan. Japan. They have no treaty. I'm just gonna Google this, alright? Everyone. How's everyone doing? Good? Yeah? Sunday night. Sunday, the fun day always. Okay, so everything goes into Wikipedia like a fucking whirlpool, you know. Everything just goes down there and you can find it. You know, this is like freaking. Okay. Oh shit, something's written in Russian and I can't fucking even. And something's written in Japanese I can't even comprehend. You know? Okay, so the relationship between Russia and Japan are the continuation of the relationship of Japan with the Soviet Union from 1917 to 1991, with the Russian Empire from 1855 to 1917. Historically, the countries had cordial relationship until a clash of territorial ambitions in the Manchuria region of northeastern China led to a Russo-Japanese War in 1904, ending in a Japanese victory which contributed to the weakening of the monarchy in Russia. Japan would later intervene in the Russian Civil War, sending troops to Russian Far East and Siberia. That was followed by border conflicts between the team. It goes on and on, guys. You should read this shit on your own, but yeah, this is like the fucking. It's like the fucking history, you know, because Japan is closer to the Russian territory. Where the fuck it is. But, Kuril Island dispute, yeah. Kuril, Kuril Island dispute. On August 16th, 2006, Russian maritime authorities killed a Japanese fisherman and captured a great crab fishing boat in the waters around the disputed Kuril. Is that how you say it? Kuril? Kuril. The Russian Foreign Ministry has claimed that the death was caused by a stray bullet. Alright, okay, it gets fucking goes on and on. Get my point. So apparently Kuril Islands, Kuril, they never had a territory, so they're freaking fighting, you know, the Japanese and the fucking Russian. Okay, so that's that, kids. 42 minutes 32 seconds, 40 minutes 33 seconds, and more and more. What else do I want to talk about? I have a lot of things to talk about, but oh, by the way, you guys know about this, because I get all these like freaking emails about Touch Up Modern. You know, these like gadgets. Oh man, they have like fucking amazing gadgets. Go to Touch Up Modern. Touch of Modern. They have amazing fucking gadgets. I have never bought any of those, by the way. I'm not vlogging for them, but you get my point. But they have some amazing gadgets, and you know, like not everybody, everyday use and all that. But I'm gonna talk about like a couple of more things, and then I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna sign off. All right. Touch on modern. I talk about that for my cheat sheet, right? Holy shit. How are you guys doing? Especially on the Northeast, I heard and I saw those freaking. What the hell was that, man? Up in Boston or up in Massachusetts? There was a goddamn flood. How the fuck did that happen? And then right out of the flood, the hurricane comes, right? Not the hurricane, but the goddamn nor'easter comes. And now everything's frozen. What the fuck, dude? You know, I actually heard up in Canada, the fish, sharks, were frozen. That's how cold it was. You won't freaking believe that. You won't freaking believe it. You won't freaking believe it. You don't want to be up there, dude. Oh my goodness. We had like 12 inches of snow in goddamn New York. Oh man, you don't want to be up there, man. Alright, so Chinese space lab falling on Earth What the fuck was that? So Chinese apparently set up a lab. Okay, let me just Google this. Chinese, because I want to give you guys a more accurate. Chinese space lab. Falling to one. Okay, so yeah, it's proper. You guys can actually. The Chinese, so Chinese people. I mean, Chinese government has set up a goddamn lab up in the space orbit called Tianmiang Bang 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 Tiangyong Bangong, right? And then apparently it was it was a failed mission. They couldn't make it. I don't know what the fuck they were doing with that, but it's gonna fall, and it's like 2,000 to like 8,000 pounds. It's gonna fall onto Earth because we are in goddamn Earth's orbit. I mean, they are not we, but this layer. So it's gonna fall, and everybody's watching. Just make sure that there's no casualties. And usually, when these things fall, the friction, the air friction, actually. The air friction of the Earth's atmosphere actually just kills the object and into a lot of small pieces. And the whole point is that the none of those small pieces would hit anybody on Earth. So that's that. I think my last call on this one is the last call, and this old person is going to have on something with something to do with diet, or the diet. Okay, the diet. Diet, of course, is very important. What you eat is very important, because what you eat is what you are. What you eat is what you are. That's true, actually. I try to eat healthy. You know what? Actually, I had some Jamaican food, man. I live at the border of like Crown Heights and Prospect Heights, and I had some oxtail and with rice and peas. Oh man, that stuff was so good. Oxtail with like rice and peas. Oh man, that stuff was so good. That stuff was so good. I'm gonna try their curry goat. Curry goat, like Jamaican, like curry goat. As long as it's not too spicy, because I can't eat spicy food. My body doesn't handle spicy food. Although I have to say that spicy food is good for you. It's good for you. Yeah, I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to like, what do you call? What's that freaking word you can use? I'm trying to have my body acclimatized. Yeah, acclimatized. Acclimatized to like spicy food. It's good for you, especially when you're getting older. It's good for your stomach. Remember that? Yeah. Last one, John Young. Holy shit, John Young, man. Holy shit, John Young. Wasn't he the guy who actually led the mission to moon back in the 1960s? Let me just like oh yeah, he was John Young. Okay, so born 1930, and he died actually in January 5th, 2018, which is this year. Was an American astronaut, naval officer, and aviator, test flight astronaut. He became the 9th person to walk on the moon as commander of the Apollo 16 mission in 1972. What the fuck, dude? I had to agree with Elon Musk. So it's like 96, like 1972 is almost as like my age. I was born in 1973. We actually stepped on moon back then, and we don't have like a base there. What the fuck? What the fuck, dude? Young enjoyed the longest career of being an astronaut, you know, and I just don't understand. I just fucking don't understand. We all don't understand because our government is just uh, so full of goddamn lawyers. That's the problem. That's the problem. You know why? Because our government is full of bullshitters who bullshit in courts, bullshitting courts, bullshitting courts, bullshitting courts, and then they become our senators and our like what the fuck it is. This is the biggest bullshit ever. Why can't the scientists be on the panels in the Senate? I just don't fucking. This is the fucked up part. This is the most fucked up part on this planet, in this country as well as other countries. And with that, that was my rant. I hope you guys all enjoyed your weekend, and I hope you guys relate to what I talk about. And with that said, I will speak to you guys next Sunday, the fun day, or the Saturday, one of those days.